A mighty warrior, shrouded in mystery. Hero, part of the 1980s Power of Grayskull line. That was totally scrapped. We never got him. We never got him as a kid. So the nostalgia part of it kind of goes back to what? A Sears catalog picture? But I have to say Super 7 and Mattel definitely did a good job to make sure that we got our fill of Mr. Hero. And today, we've got our MOTU Origins line. It comes in this fancy paper. I haven't opened it yet. I'm going to wait till we get to the end of this part and we'll get it opened up. We'll take a look, maybe do some comparisons, and we'll see what we got with Hero. So stay tuned. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. Today, Mattel Creations has gone fancy. I mean, like, I'm scared to open this thing. It's got this nice paper that feels like I'm invited to something special. Yeah. So, I'm going to open it, obviously. So, let's get this thing I'm going to open it, you know. Did you ever have that grandma? So, I had a great grandma. Of course, we all had a great grandma, but my specific great grandma, she, you know, when they grow up in not prohibition, but they grow up in the, I guess prohibition too, but when you grow up in the Depression is what I was getting at, you save everything. Like, even my grandma who just recently passed, she would save even her Ziploc bags. She would wash them out and hang them on her. I would be like, Grandma, what are you doing with this bag here? She goes, oh, I just rinsed it out. It's good. I'm like, oh my God, she saves Ziplocs. But that's what happens when you grow up in the Great Depression and you don't have money. You save things. So anyway, I was getting at that story to say I'm going to open this really nice and carefully. Whatever. Oh, baby. Oh, man. I tell you what. Woohoo! Look at this. You know, I gotta say, Roy Juarez, you're killing it, man. I mean, these ideas, obviously, you're getting the right artists for the job on everything. But to give us this retro card, the Powers of Grayskull, that scrapped line that should have come out in the late 80s. Well, not late, but mid 80s. This looks amazing. Like this, so I did buy 2 of this one. I definitely want to find a place to display in box. I think I will put it back here. If it fits, I want to put it in my little Target stand because this box art is amazing. The colors are freaking just phenomenal. Good job. Now, the only thing I've seen so far, like this face isn't bad. That face isn't bad. The only problem I had was that Ken doll face. It's fine. The beauty of this is that I ran into the Target store in Colorado Springs when they had the Masterverse line on clearance for like $6.50. So I got a few, and I believe that figure's head with the lack of that smirky smile is going to be good for this figure, and I probably will display it with that other head. But here we go. Let me check the look at the back of this. Let's see. One sec. No, we're good. I don't need to go anywhere. So we've got the, what is it, a Manitor, something like that. You've got that Shirella coming through the back. Now really we do need to get a Shirella. I would imagine they're gonna do that with our first Club Grayskull insignia that we've been excited about paying $10 to get. No, I actually did get the Club Grayskull hat, but it's a trucker's hat, and it's kind of one of those really tall, high-profile hats, and there's no way. I'm a low-pro dad hat guy. I can't wear tall hats. It drives me crazy. So, anyway, so let's take a look. So you actually do have a spot to hang it. Obviously, who's going to want to punch the hole on that one? And look at how simple Oh, ho, ho, ho. So good. That is great that they made it so easy to open up. Like I said, this box art is freaking phenomenal. You've got, this one actually does have a comic to it. So you've got your special comic for Hero's Journey. I think, yeah, it is. All of the special Mattel Creations only sets came with their own comic. Although this one, little mangled. Cool. All right, we'll get to that in a second. And then inside of our little thing, we've got a little baggie with our staff. And this is what the tomb I would look. It looks pretty cool. Like, man, all the way around. You've got the artwork. Really cool. And then now that I've got everything open, I just kind of wanted to show how easy it was to slide. However, this one, once you get him out, you will get it. I mean, you can put him back in, but he does have a couple of the ties on his ankles. So I'll get this all completely taken apart, and then we'll switch the camera around so we can take a look at the figure, and we'll do some comparisons with what I've got. So I'll see you on the other side. All right, guys, we've got him opened up. Now, with this vac metal, this is one thing that they did, which is really nice in shipping, I guess, or while it's in package. And I think they've done this in the past when there's something with the vac metal, that they actually do surround it with these little plastic little inserts. I'm sorry, the focus isn't doing too well here. So yeah, so you've got these little inserts here, and then you actually have it as well on his shoulders. So on this one, you actually have to take off his head in order for it to come off there. So that is what we're looking at there, and we'll go ahead and put him back together. All right, so now I've got those taken care of, and now we can get started. All right, so here we go. We have obviously the first thing I didn't really care for. Actually, kind of one of the only things I really didn't care for. How you doing? Let's go have a good time. All right. I'm not a big fan of the smile. That smirky smile. Like, yeah, I get it. He's supposed to be, you know, I don't know. It just doesn't go with like a hero and a mighty warrior and all that good stuff. So, opening this up, we've got his staff that has his green jewel in the middle. Opens all the way up. And this is a softer plastic, so it does open up a little bit more. Let me back up a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, so we've got the staff that goes all the way around, and if you compare it to like the San Diego Comic-Con classics, it's, you know, it's similar because it does have that green jewel. This one's definitely going to be a little bit bigger because he's bigger, and it's actually got a little bit more of a little bit more paint apps on it. But let's take a look at our figure first before we compare anything. I just wanted to kind of point that out, that it did have the green as well. Closes up pretty easily, and you've got your little handle here. Like I said, it does have its own comic, which is also written by good friend Joshua Sky. If you haven't started following him, get over to Instagram. He's either, if he hasn't passed yet, he's so close to getting 1,000 followers, so go ahead and give him a follow. He is the writer of these comics, so it is, and he's a really good guy too. So, and if you see him at the Comic-Con coming up, he's going to be at the Atlanta one, the one in Atlanta. What is it, Joe Fest, I believe, or PowerCon and Joe Fest. They're going to do PowerCon and Toylanta. That's what it is, not Joe Fest. But he'll be there, so let's go say hi if you're over there. But this one is Hero's Journey. It's got Hero, Eldor, and I guess this is what the Black Wizard on the front. And I will not go through it. I do not want to spoil it for anyone. I know a lot of people ordered this guy. I think he was still available, honestly. But anyway, so the figure itself, the complaints I've heard besides the goofy smile is the fact that we are getting plastic cape instead of any kind of soft goods with him. But it does not have... Oh, yes, it is removable. You don't want to mess with it too much because you don't want that vac metal to start chafing off. But he is... Oh shoot! Almost threw my microphone. He is removable here. Everything standard as far as what parts come off. It's just you have to be super careful with that vac metal. You don't want to mess that up. The feel of it's pretty good. I mean, even it being a vac metal piece, it's not, you know, there's no downside to it there. Okay, so I mean, pretty basic. You've got a new pauldron for his arms. You've got a different design on his shorts. You've got the vac metal in the gold with the H from the standard H from the Hero, which is on all of the Hero figures that you can get. This one has that. Yeah, no, they all have the little piece above as well. And then, yeah, I mean the boots. You've got that really awesome looking vac metal boot. So I think it's just one of those where this guy, you don't want to play around with him too much. He's definitely going to be one to kind of set up on the shelf, unless you get one to play with. Because I think if this one is with the kids, it's probably going to end up that vac metal's going to flake off. I don't think it's going to stay on very well. But who knows? It might be like, you know, an exception to the rule. I just have seen a lot of vac metal products with damages like that. So real quick, what I'll do now that I've got him opened up, we'll set him over here and we'll bring over our classics, which is the San Diego Comic-Con. And if you do want to know how to find out about how it is a San Diego Comic-Con or not, and for me, I did not know this until, well, I knew it right away actually, but I didn't get it obviously at Comic-Con because I wasn't collecting classics at the time. I just started collecting late, but it's got the San Diego Comic-Con logo underneath his armor, and that is pretty cool. So I'll put him back together. And of course, the one difference that the classics does have the blue power sword with the kind of glittery look to it. While we're at it, let's take a look at what this looks like. His skin is a little pinker. Hold on a second, I'm going to use both hands behind the camera here because I don't want to do anything stupid and break anything, but there we go. So, heck yeah, that one looks really good. The only difference is the skin doesn't match. You've got more of a pink to like a yellowish hue on his skin tone, and his skin here has more of a pink look to it. So unfortunately, as good as that looks, it would need some touching up. I mean, look at the difference here. I mean, come on, you know, it's just so much more cartoony. Definitely a lot more of a cartoon look with the Origins. I'm gonna open this one up real quick. I do have, you know what, I'm just gonna bring the one I have. Hold on one sec. Okay, and the reason I brought this one over was because I went in my storage unit and I wanted to check to see if I had another one just so I can replace the head with, and then leave this one with his original head for that one. So when you look at the differences, obviously is going to be the biggest difference is the vac metal. So you do have a shinier look to the Origins, but I think this head might work out because he is closer to the yellow type of skin. Hold on one sec. Should be heating these up, I guess, huh? I don't want to break it. Sounded like I did, didn't it? Alright, so this head does have a little bit of a... Okay, this one's easier to pop on. Oh, we have a winner. Okay, this is what I'm going to put on there. And I figured that was going to be the one. I really wanted to keep the classics the way it was. But absolutely 10 times better in my eyes than the goofy smile. And yeah, it's definitely by far just a better look. I get it. This one, they want to make sure and give you that vintage look. And just like the Super 7, they both have that smile and that kind of goofy look that you got with the picture. Like I said, the image that we had in the Sears catalog with that's what he looked like, and that is what they captured, and they did a great job capturing that look. But you know, a little adjustment, making it look a little bit more of a warrior / hero, being that that's his name. Definitely am going to leave the Masterverse head on him. And then it's not as dark, but I do have a 3D printed power sword in the translucent blue. Doesn't have the glitter. Oh, let me get my... I dropped that staff down there. So, okay, now definitely my kind of hero there. Absolutely happy with. Oh man, he's just throwing that thing around, isn't he? Okay, let's see. Let's pop that back in. Get the thumb right, I guess, huh? And then we'll turn it. You stay where you're at. And then I'll have to get that other one open, because he does not look good even when he's tall in the Masterverse set either. So here he is. I just don't like that head, and you know what? I get it. It's the way it's supposed to look. It does have that vintage look to it, because he was smiling in the original. So I'm not gonna complain. That's fine. But anyway, so yeah, so that's, you know, like I said, we've got our... I'm not going to open that Super 7 one. That's also a vac metal. It's got more of a dark brown handle to it on the... Let me move these out of the way. But you can see this still has that classic design. This one's a darker staff. It does open up to be green also. And then you've got that same smirky look on that. He's got the same pauldron, so they did good there. This was the first one to come out actually and hit the shelves. Was that? Actually, no, not that one. That one's 2019. This one was the first one to hit the shelves, which was the Classics line, and they did really good to give you that vintage look. And of course with Masterverse, it was from the Revelation cartoon. So the character that they had in the Revelation, he was kind of doopy as in the cartoon. I remember, like, he was the one that he couldn't do the swords. He couldn't wield the swords together. He couldn't, and he ended up having Roboto do it, because he was kind of like, why aren't these going together? I do remember that part. Anyway, so yeah, so this, I would definitely say, if you haven't gotten a Masterverse hero, you might find one for cheap. Like I said, I found mine at Target for less than $7, so I got a few of them, and I could say it absolutely looks 100 times better with that head on, and I am leaving that on him for display. And then, like I said, the other one I do want to open up just so I can display it in its amazing box. I mean, that picture is so good, like, just awesome. But see, you look at it, I mean, he's got that really intense look on his face. It really fits the face that the head that I put on there. It's so much better than the happy-go-lucky cartoony version. So anyway, all right guys, we'll take some pictures like we always do, and we will put a wrap on this video. I really appreciate you guys joining and watching through the end. If you've made it this far, thank you. You're awesome. I'd like to thank all my members, my channel members, in Kenzo's crew. If you do want to join, you can click the link right next to the name there to join it's $2, $2.99 a month, I believe. It might be $2 a month, $2 or $2.99. And yeah, so I am really excited that I've gotten to this point with the channel. It is growing, and it is continuing to grow thanks to you all. And I hope you guys enjoyed yourself, and we will see you on the next one. Have a good night, everybody.